Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, April 12th, coming to you live from Seoul. I'm Kim Mo-Kyen. Our top story today, South Korea has reported 587 new COVID-19 cases over the past 24 hours, slightly below the 600 mark due to fewer tests being done over the weekend. The nation's total caseload is now more than 110,000. In a bid to contain rising infections nationwide, health authorities are imposing stricter social distancing measures in the greater Seoul area as well as in Busan for 3 more weeks. Our Youn Yuh-Jung starts us off.
South Korea is extending level 2 social distancing nationwide until May 2nd, as the country attempts to stamp the spate of recent infections. One major change starting Monday is that all bars and clubs in Seoul metropolitan area and in the southern port city of Busan have to close for the duration of the period. Restaurants abiding by social distancing will be permitted to have customers dine in until 10 p.m., but this could change to 9 p.m. if the virus situation worsens. Also, under the extended measures, 5 or more people are not allowed to gather together. Wearing a face mask has been mandatory outside for a while now, but starting Monday, people must wear them inside as well. People violating the new rule will be fined 100,000 Korean won, which is around $90. South Korean President Moon Jae-in will preside over an emergency meeting on Monday afternoon to further discuss the current COVID-19 situation, as well as providing a more detailed schedule for the vaccine rollout in South Korea. Meanwhile, health authorities are resuming the AstraZeneca vaccine rollout to more than 140,000 people, either working at special education schools or as school nurses. This comes after South Korea temporarily put the vaccine on hold due to concerns over a potential link to blood clots. However, people under 30 will not be given the AstraZeneca vaccine going forward. They will instead be given alternative vaccines like those produced by Pfizer and Moderna. 최원정, Arirang News.
Developing nations have seen a 45% increase in COVID-19 cases in the past 3 months alone. Countries are imposing new lockdown measures in response to the resurgence. Lee Seung-jae reports.
According to Concern Worldwide Sunday, the number of COVID-19 cases in some of the world's most underdeveloped countries have increased significantly over the past 3 months. The International Humanitarian Organization said newly confirmed cases in 24 of the least developed countries reached some 1.9 million, with over 26,000 deaths since the start of the year. That translates to a 45% increase in cases and a 42% increase in deaths over the same period. Malawi, in particular, has seen its death toll soar 489% this year, most likely due to the South African variant. India continues to shatter daily highs in terms of infections. The country reported another record daily high of nearly 153,000 cases on Sunday, with 839 deaths. India's total caseload stands at more than 13.5 million. Lockdown measures are in place in Pakistan as people there get ready to mark the holy month of Ramadan. Most markets and shopping centers are closed. However, fruit, vegetable, and date markets are open, as dates are usually eaten to break the fast. Stores selling Islamic clothing and items are also open. Iran imposed a 10-day lockdown across most of the country on Saturday in order to try and curb the spread. The lockdown affects 23 of the nation's 31 provinces, as gatherings are banned during Ramadan. Brazil continues to see a high number of COVID-19 deaths. Last Tuesday, the country exceeded 4,000 deaths for the first time, becoming just the second nation to surpass such a high daily threshold. Currently, COVID-19 patients are using more than 90% of beds in intensive care units in most Brazilian states. According to Bloomberg, those in their 30s and 40s are now seeing an alarming increase in the number of deaths. Officials blame the lack of restrictions, new variants, and limited vaccine supplies. Americans between 18 to 64 have also seen an increase in hospitalizations, especially in the upper Midwest. Among the hardest hit states are Michigan and Minnesota, which are reporting thousands of new cases every day. Experts warn the spike is especially prominent among younger people. They added there's concern about transmission in youth sports. They have urged youngsters to keep wearing masks and to follow social distancing regulations. Lee Seung-jae, Arirang News.
South Korean electric vehicle battery makers have reached a last-minute settlement in a trade secret dispute in the U.S., ending their largest and ugliest legal battle. Now, under the deal, SK agreed to pay its local rival $1.8 billion. Kim Hyo-san with the details.
South Korea's two battery makers, LG Energy Solution and SK Innovation, have reached a $1.8 billion settlement in their two-year-long legal dispute over battery technologies in the U.S. Sunday's agreement was reached at the last minute, just before the deadline for an import ban on SK, following the U.S. International Trade Commission's issuance of a 10-year import ban on SK. While the two rivals have engaged in similar disputes over batteries before, the latest marks their largest, most high-profile and ugliest to date. The settlement amount is also known to be the largest of any global trade secret dispute, with pundits seeing that it reflects the future growth value of the industry, while at the same time acknowledging the importance of intellectual property rights protection. Under the terms of the settlement, SK will pay roughly $890 million in cash and another $890 million in royalties to its rival as compensation for stealing LG's crucial battery tech. In return, LG agreed to drop all legal action against SK both at home and abroad. The two companies said in a joint statement that they have agreed to compete in a sound manner and cooperate in a cordial way for the development of the battery industries of South Korea and the U.S. The settlement was widely welcomed by President Biden, who hailed it as a win for American workers and the U.S. auto industry. He then highlighted that his administration will build a strong U.S.-based electric vehicle battery supply chain, which will lead to the creation of quality jobs going forward. Kim Hyo-san, Arirang News.
South Korea's prime minister says Seoul is willing to support talks among relevant parties regarding Iran's nuclear deal. During its visit to Iran, Chung Se-kyun said in a joint press conference with Iran's vice president on Sunday that related countries should also work together to resolve the issue of frozen Iranian assets in South Korea. Around $7 billion of Iranian assets are said to be frozen in Korea due to U.S. sanctions after former President Trump withdrew from the nuclear deal. Iran's Vice President Ishaq Jahangiri urged Seoul to solve the issue as early as possible. Seoul and Tehran also agreed to expand cooperation on humanitarian issues such as vaccine cooperation and medicine trade. An atomic facility in Iran has reportedly been attacked in what Iranian officials describe as an act of nuclear terrorism. The incident comes a day after Tehran announced its plans to launch a new chain of uranium centrifuges at the plant. Our Choi Min-jung with more details.
Amid ongoing negotiations between Iran and major powers over commitment to the 2015 nuclear deal, an Iranian nuclear facility has reportedly been attacked in an act of nuclear terrorism. According to Iran state media, the country's atomic energy organization strongly condemned Sunday's incident at the Natanz atomic facility, calling it a terrorist attack against Tehran's nuclear technology. Sources had initially reported that a blackout at the site earlier on Sunday was due to problems with its electrical grid. The organization confirmed no human injuries or leaks. Without elaborating on the cause of the incident, Akbar Salahi, the head of the organization, said that Iran reserves the right to respond against the perpetrators and called on international bodies, including the International Atomic Energy Agency, to address the nuclear terrorism. Although it is still unclear who is behind the attack, watchers say this is probably aimed at Israel. Citing intelligence sources, Israel's state broadcaster Kan reported that an Israeli spy agency was responsible for a cyber attack at the facility. However, Israel has yet to comment. The incident at Natanz comes a day after the Iranian government on Saturday announced plans to launch over 150 new uranium centrifuges at the plant. This breaches the terms agreed under the 2015 nuclear deal, but Tehran continues to assert that its nuclear program is entirely for peaceful purposes. A standoff between Iran and the U.S. continues as the two cannot seem to reach middle ground between Washington's lifting of sanctions and Iran's return to full compliance under the deal. Choi Min-jung, Arirang News.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has sent a warning to China over aggressive action against Taiwan. During an interview with NBC News on Sunday, a local time, Blinken voiced his concern over China's increasingly aggressive actions in Taiwan Strait, calling it a serious mistake for anyone to try to forcefully change the existing status quo in the region. Blinken added that the U.S. remains committed to ensuring peace and stability in the Western Pacific, as well as supporting Taiwan's ability to defend itself. Asked whether the U.S. would respond militarily to Beijing's encroachment on Taiwan, Blinken declined to answer the hypothetical question. A veteran South Korean actress has scooped yet another prestigious award from her peers for her role in the film Minari. Oscar nominee Youn Yuh-Jung on Sunday won Best Supporting Actress at the 74th British Academy Film Awards, otherwise known as the BAFTAs. Our Choi Jung-yun reports.
Another piece of history has been made. South Korean veteran star and Oscar nominee Youn Yuh-Jung was named Best Supporting Actress at the 74th Annual British Academy Film Awards, making a first for a South Korean actor. Youn won the most prestigious UK Film Award on Sunday local time for her role in the recent drama film Minari. Minari depicts a family of first-generation Korean immigrants overcoming difficulties to make their American dream come true. Youn portrays the unconventional grandmother Sunja and has been globally recognized for her performance. She beat off competition from contenders including Niam Algar from Come with Horses and Kausar Ali from Rocks. During her BAFTA Film Awards acceptance speech, she first offered her condolences over the death of Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh. She then delivered arguably the biggest laugh of the night, commenting that the award is more meaningful than ever as she was approved as a good actor from, quote, British people who are known as being snobbish.
Thank you so much for this award. Every award is meaningful, but this one, especially recognized by British people, known as very snobbish people, and they approve me as a good actor. So I'm very, very privileged and happy. And thank you so much.
Yoon's win at the BAFTAs, coupled with her previous Screen Actors Guild Awards triumph, could very well pave the way for another victory at the Oscars later this month. The veteran actress is on the road to winning Best Supporting Actress at the 93rd Academy Awards, where Minari has been nominated in 6 categories. Choi Jung-yun, Arirang News.
In sports, South Korean footballers Heung-min scored his 14th EPL goal of the season Sunday, tying his career high. Taking on Manchester United at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium on Sunday, Son found the back of the net in the 40th minute, but his team ended up losing 3-1 to United. Despite the loss, Son's goal gives him 19 goals in all competitions this season. His EPL goal tally already matches his haul for the whole of the 2016-2017 season. In France, Bordeaux's Korean star Hwang Ui-jo scored his 11th league goal of the season on Sunday, slotting home a 9th-minute penalty. It's the 4th match in a row he has scored, and he's the team's top goal scorer this season.
Good morning. Showers that started on Jeju and the Jeollado provinces will spread to the entire country by the afternoon. Jeju's mountainous regions will see up to 200 millimeters with a heavy rain advisory in place. The rest of Jeju and the south coast will see up to 80 millimeters through tomorrow. Meanwhile, morning temperatures were 3 to 5 degrees higher than yesterday. However, due to the rain, afternoon temperatures will be 5 to 6 degrees lower than yesterday, hovering in the mid-teens across much of the country, while Jeju is under strong wind advisory. The rain will continue through tomorrow morning, then sunny skies should stay with us throughout the rest of the week. That's Korea for you, and here's a look at the weather conditions around the world.
That will do it for us at this hour on Arirang News. We'll be back at noon Korea time, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching and goodbye.